Welcome. We are back. TSG Pressbox. We took a week off, but we are back at it. I got my panelists with me. Go ahead and introduce yourself.
How you doing, everybody? This is Hawk again. I'm just glad that we're into the season. The Madden League is going great. It feels good to have everybody, talking trash and being competitive and everything. So hopefully it lasts throughout the whole 7 seasons. And I'm just excited.
Yeah. I'm Jay Killer, aka Mr. No Pen No Pad. I'm so good. And make sure y'all go to the Sim Gamer Podcast and download all the episodes. Make sure you go to the website, thesimgamer.com, and get all your info.
Okay, and this week McKay is out, and we got a special guest to fill in. Go ahead and introduce yourself.
What's up? It's Commissioner Jess Monkey. How y'all doing? Glad to have Madden back. Get your games in. Simgamer.com. I just did a retooling. YouTube.com/SimGamer with an A. It's glad to be with you guys.
All right, let's get into this. Before we get into league stuff, let's talk a little bit about Ultimate Team. I know, Hulk, you play a little Ultimate Team, man. What the Ultimate Team got for us this year? What you think about it?
This is my first time really getting into the Ultimate Team stuff. I watch a lot of Twitch streams and YouTube, videos about getting into it. I mean, it's pretty addictive. I mean, if you like trading card games and like card games, let me think of something like the FIFA Ultimate Team and all that type of stuff. You'll fall in love with this. The only thing I don't like about it seems that it's pay to win, because you have to grind. If you don't want to spend any of your own money on, you have to buy packs pretty much. If you don't want to spend any of your own money, you have to just grind out games, just grind, which gets a little boring every now and then. I mean, I'll admit I spent about maybe $10 on packs, and I felt like a fool because I was like, okay, I already spent $60 on this game. Why am I giving them more of my money? But I mean, just the way the cards make these little sounds and all the graphical little things that go across the screen, it makes it like really fun if you're into that type of stuff. The thing I do like about Madden is this year it seems like it's like maybe like 4 or 5 games within this one game. You know what I'm saying? You have the Ultimate Team, which you can just get on that and play that, and that'll last you till the next one. Because I mean, they have head-to-head seasons where you can take your team online, you can win a Super Bowl, get playoffs, get all type of stuff, just like our league. And it has the connected franchise. That's a whole nother game. The Gauntlet, if you're just getting into Madden, you can play that forever.
I think that brings the fun factor to Madden, because
Exactly.
Madden for a long time it was just real serious, and that brings back that fun factor.
Yeah, that's what it was missing. I don't know what year did they have that that little thing at the beginning where it was like the skills trainer thing where it looked like Tron. You know what I'm saying? It looked like Tron where you had to do all these
the
moves.
virtual
I think
trainer.
that was like 2007.
Yeah, and I was so like monotonous and boring. It's like, oh my goodness, let me just get past this. The Gauntlet, it's pretty fun, man. I keep going back to it. Even like the skills trainer that teaches you, how to read coverages and all that type of stuff.
Teaches you how to play, basically.
Right, yeah. So it's like 4 or 5 different games in this. But back to the Ultimate Team, yeah, I'm having fun with it. Like I said, I don't plan on spending any more money, real money. So I'm just gonna have to grind it out and stuff like that. And they have like sales. They have different like challenges that you can do to unlock different cards. They're starting to bring out like legend cards, so you can have like Jerry Rice or Barry Sanders and all the the old school dudes on your team. So I mean, it's fun. Let me just put it that way.
What was that stat that you dropped? That how much they're making off of the microtransactions just from Ultimate Team alone?
They're projecting that it's gonna be like an extra $50 million just on Ultimate Team.
Wow,
it's crazy. Games are going to microtransactions, man.
Yeah, definitely. You have guys that on the first day I was watching Twitch and it was like, well, I bought $200 worth of packs.
Damn.
Like, $200 for. I mean, like I said, it's fun to play it. It's totally addicting, but I'm not spending $200 just to make a virtual team. That's ridiculous.
Unless you make your own line.
Right, unless I'm going to do like a tournament, like they have like the MUT tournaments and all that type of stuff where you can. Matter of fact, one of the guys just got to play Cam Newton. He was like the MUT champion of the world or something like that. I don't know if he won any money or anything like that, but I mean, if I'm gonna do that, maybe I'll spend a little bit of money. He'll probably get a little sponsorship deal from EA to be a game changer or something like that. But if I had that, if I wanted to do that, I would probably spend some money. But I'll just grind it out pretty much.
Okay. Yeah, let's move on to the league. I think what everybody been waiting for. So we're gonna start off talking about the league. We're gonna start off and giving Jess the floor right now. He got some breaking news that he want to announce to everybody. So go ahead, Jess.
Just some breaking news. The fact is that I know some of y'all have just signed off the rules just to sign off on them. I put little things in there to kind of see if you read them, because there was even a way to sign off on the rules. And so just going on there and signing off, I could tell that you did that, because that's why I put something specific in there to do when you signed off. So we've had some rule breakages and people like, I don't know this rule, I didn't know that rule. Well, I know it's a book, but there's highlights on a lot of things that are important. Every rule is not something that's going to be hardly enforced, like enforced very hard, because it might be something very minor. That being said, we've had some people break the rules. Don figures he played the Saints and he just refused to run the ball. He says basically he can't run. I don't know if he doesn't know how to run, whatever it is. And he threw the ball 34 times and ran it 6 and just gave up. The 3-to-1 ratio is in there is for you to mix your play up. It's also in a way to help you, the user. If you mix your game up and you just keep trying and plugging away, you're either going to break one or, you're going to make that person guess. And keeping people guessing chess matches is what football is all about. Yep. So, I mean, that's basically what that's for. Who else? We had...
Can I ask you a question real quick, Monkey?
Yeah.
How do you guys come up with the rules? Is it like, did you do it yourself, or do all the commissioners sit around and discuss this about, or do you guys ask people that are in the league, like people that have been around a while, what they think about the rules as far as implementing them?
Well, the majority of the rules have been built from back when I was running these in 2K4 and 5, from when Jersey was running MSPL on Madden 10, when Jersey and I got together. So the rule basis is from then, and then we just add on and edit them as it goes. If something comes up, like there's something egregious, like the 4-to-1 rule, which is not 3-to-1 rule, was added a few Maddens ago. Okay. And we got together and was like, hey, we have people sitting there just throwing the ball twice a game, not completing it twice, throwing it twice, and running the ball like 40 times. And we're like, come on, man, like we understand that you're running the ball well, but so to answer your question, sometimes we get together, sometimes we don't. We basically have an understanding as a group of commissioners that if there's something that one of us sees, because we're on like a similar mind path of what we do because we work together for so long, then just, hey, implement it because we know we're doing it for the best of the league. And then if, say, I implement something in Jersey and Tyler come back and say, hey, we shouldn't do that, and maybe we'll backtrack on it and make it lesser. Or if Jersey does something that me and Tyler don't like, maybe we'll just be like, hey, we shouldn't have done that and backtrack on it. But it's kind of like, we understand that what we need to do, so we pretty much have each other's back with what we decide to do.
I got another question for you, Monkey. Being that each Madden, it basically kind of fixes the things that has the previous or whatever Madden before that has a problem with, do y'all ever change the rules? Like,
oh yeah, we've had plenty of rules that we've taken out. Like there used to be a time where you could just run up the middle on kickoff and then go straight left, and then go up and you get a kick return for a touchdown, or certain other things. Yeah, we try to change them and eliminate them. Maybe play a handful of games before the game starts. I mean, for the season starts, to try to eliminate some things, or maybe add some things. And we don't try to get too hasty in adding things. Like I know one thing going around right now is the shotgun run, the spread run, and people have been like, "Yo, people are abusing this." Blah blah blah. But it's not something we're gonna be like, okay, right now let's implement this and get rid of it. But a lot of the rules that are in there are just to frame the game of football and what you will see on Sunday. So most of them aren't really, other than like don't rocket catch or don't do the outside kickoff return that we don't have anymore, stuff like that. So I mean, a lot of the stuff really never has to be taken out. If that makes any sense?
Yeah, I got you.
You wanna? Okay, go ahead.
Oh, I was gonna say the last few suspension things. I know Kid Life in week 2 against Mike Titan, he ran the ball I think like 6 times and threw it 30 times. Another 4-to-1 ratio rule, a 3-to-1 ratio rule. Just stop running. He has one of the top 5 running backs in the game, rated wise, and says, "Hey, he doesn't have trucking. I can't run, so I'm just going to throw deep balls." Go Bino, 3rd and 17, doing a play action pass while it's being twitched. The problem with that is that in realistic football, you're not going to play action on 3rd and 17. A team is not going to react to the play action pass. They're not going to look for the run. That's why draws work on 3rd and long.
Now, see, with that one, Monkey, I kind of had a problem with, because I think that would be more of a coach issue, like going for a play action on a 3rd and long is like more like a coach issue. Even if the defensive user is playing the pass, you know what I mean?
No, I understand that, and I can kind of agree. But that's more so one of those rules is just eliminating what you don't see on Sunday. On Sunday or Monday or Thursday, you will, and I will attest to this, never see a team on 3rd and 20 do a play-action pass. Because any defender that's at the NFL level won't bite on them faking a handoff on 3rd and 20. Once again, that's why draws work on 3rd and long, because you're not expected to run on that down, because you have to pick up so much yardage.
Can I ask you a question real quick, Jess?
Yeah.
Do you think Goat did that to get an advantage, or did it because he didn't know the rule?
He said he didn't know the rule, which goes back to, you sign the rules. Why don't you know the rule? Why don't you read over it? And once again, know it's a book. It's a holiday thing. And then I've also heard, I don't know if it was that play or another, he said he did the play because it works. And I mean, yes, there's better route combinations on play action plays. You can hot route the running back to either block or run a route.
Yeah.
And the play action's gone. So just because there's a good route combination doesn't mean you have to run play action.
Yeah, I think you might can chalk that up to. I mean, I've done it before, and it definitely wasn't on purpose. It's just like, okay, I saw this play and I just picked it. I didn't even look to see if there was a play action pass.
Right, that happened.
And
I mean, that happened.
And then when it happens, you're like, oh my bad, I didn't mean to do that, and it usually just
and that's something that's what I can understand, as opposed to I did it because it works.
Yeah, saying it because you did it because it works sounds like you know something that I don't.
Right, and when Didi and I played, he came out in the goal line, and he was like, oh crap, Monkey did. I just come out in the goal line, and I was like, yeah. He's like, oh man, he took time out, and because he coach picked it. And so sometimes maybe a coach pick will do it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, right.
But it's just the personnel and what's on the field.
Yeah.
And then there was just a few things. Twan broke the 3-to-1 rule, and that was it on those. And what I told those people, because it's 2 weeks in, even though they didn't read the rules, I gave all their players, Cam Newton, Jay Cutler, Matt Ryan, those dudes, they got a 1-game suspension. But I told them, look, I'll suspend that 1-game suspension. Just if it happens again, they're going to get that suspension back with another game on it. And basically, they are the only ones getting warnings from here on out. Anything else, you're in trouble. Like, just know what it is. Like, the game tells you now how many runs and passes you've had. But okay, I mean, just as far as rules, that's about it.
If you could just answer this question real quick, Jess.
Yeah.
Do you think it's, let's say if I were to break the rule, and I understand that, they did it, but let's say I'm in a situation in the game where I'm down 30-6 and I happen to pass more. So do you think it's fair for me to have to get a suspension knowing that they did?
Oh, no. That's another thing. If the rule was read, we actually changed, when we changed the 4-to-1 to the 3-to-1, we put in there, because that's a true statement, and we would have appeals of people saying, well, I was down. Well, if it's a 21-point game at any given point in time, then that basically gets thrown out the window.
So did Twan's game, Kid Life game, did that happen? That's the reason why they broke the rule?
No, because Twan, the ending score was like 20-17 or something like that. It was something below 21 points, 21-17. The kid game was 23-21, and he was down by 14 or down by 10 when it happened. But this was in the third or fourth quarter. You get in the third or fourth quarter, you have 5 runs. It's a problem. None of the games were out of hand. The Don and Captain game was 17-9. Like, none of those games were like that. It's just people were like, I'm just going to do whatever. I can't get this to work. I don't want to take time to get it to work. Whatever the reason is. And just abandon it.
Okay, I understand that. So, now that we got that out the way, let's talk some league stuff, man. We're going to start off with trades. I think a big trade just went down today. Dez Bryant is a Miami Dolphin. What y'all think about that?
I was surprised when McKay told me that he was trading. I mean, I think Dez is his favorite player in real life. I'm sorry, his favorite player in real life. So he was pretty much saying that he would give up pretty much anything to get Dez Bryant. I mean, he gave up Brian Hartline and Cameron Wake. Yeah, those are 2 players he gave up, right?
Yeah. I think it's a good trade on his behalf.
On his end.
Yeah, I think it's a good trade. Being that Cameron Wake, I believe,
32.
32? Shit. Mm-hmm. It's a good trade.
Yeah, I think it's a good trade on McKay's behalf. I know he's a Dez Bryant fan. I know Hartline's numbers are really, really good. And DeMarcus Lawrence isn't bad. He's a young dude. Just Cameron Wake is 32 years old, man. And, yeah, he's one of the top pass rushers. And I know Law got him because he said he's going to run the ball a lot. He doesn't need he doesn't need receivers. And he has me, Tonic, and Take Out in this division that run a lot. So he needs linemen. But Cameron Wake, to me, really doesn't fit that mold of a run stopper. He's a fast dude who stops the pass, but he doesn't really have any strength to him, beef to him to stop the run. To me, it just seems like...
I don't know. It just seems like you don't give up your best player on your team to me.
But was he using Dez Bryant like that? I don't think he would really was throwing to his side.
Yeah, but I mean, we're only 2 games into the season, though. You really don't.
Yeah, and I mean, you're right. He wasn't using them, but I'm a run first dude, and sometimes you get behind and you have nobody to throw to.
So I want that catching traffic from Dez. You know what I'm saying? That catching.
And he's only 25?
Yeah, he in the prime of his career, so he's gonna be good all 7 to 8 seasons. Yeah. Cameron Wake might retire next year. You never know.
So,
he probably is.
The trade as is on paper now, we all say McKay won a trade.
Yeah. I say he did.
Big time.
Okay, and also let me add this: McKay wanted to make sure everybody know that Dez Bryant is the face of the franchise.
Oh,
congratulations on getting your guy, McKay. Okay, let's move on to another trade. Another trade involving the Dolphins. What is it? Is it Mike Pouncey?
Yeah, Mike Pouncey to the Redskins.
Yeah, don't call him Marquise.
Yeah, to the Redskins. Yeah. What y'all got on that
one? What was given up for that, Mikey?
3 firsts. One of the first came from the Gobino deal, where I've kind of fleeced Gobino, got a first, Neely, and Taekwon Underwood for Leonard Hankerson.
I think McKay won on this one too. 3 firsts?
Yeah, but maybe you can say that. I just try to turn it around this way, and maybe it's a different way of looking at it.
Well, look, you needed a line.
I needed a lineman, but if you look at it, I really gave up 2 firsts and Leonard Hankerson, and I got Mike Pouncey and Neely, who was a 2nd-round pick in the real draft this year, and he's going to be a beast at outside linebacker. So, I mean, to me, I got 2 young studs for 2 draft picks and a receiver that might have gotten cut.
Yeah, I don't understand these dudes trading like
top
players for picks on this, man. I don't understand. Because it seems like the progression is so hard to progress your players. I want to have a household name on my team. I'm not trading Jamal Charles for 3 first-round picks that I have no idea who that's going to be.
I wasn't going to get a 25-year-old 92, 94 overall center in the draft.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That I'm going to use the rest of the time.
Have any one of y'all been scouting yet?
Yeah, I scouted a couple times, but I think I've heard both say. I thought I've heard both say this. I hate playing with fake players. I want the players that I know.
I agree. That's why I always trade my draft picks.
Yeah, I can't stand. I'm like, who is this dude? So
I've been scouting, man, and hey, it's some good players out there.
Oh yeah, I mean, it's some good players, but you're never gonna find Adrian Peterson in the draft.
As far as say top notch strength and consistency, hey, there's some potential out there.
Okay, but will you find a dude with the first that'll be Pouncey who's going to progress to be better every year?
Look,
he's already ahead of the curve.
I'm gonna put it this way: I looked at a left guard. He has A+ strength and A+ consistency.
Okay.
So.
Okay. Well, I don't know.
So who do we think won the trade? Just real quick, who you think got it?
The Redskins. The Redskins got the better end of that deal to me.
You think so?
Just because of the unknown. I don't know who those. Yeah. I don't know those picks.
If McKay is scouting and he's scouting the right attributes, like Monkey already gave me the game, then I believe that McKay got the better deal.
Don't forget, one of those picks is next draft, not even this draft.
Oh, that's next draft. You said
two are for this draft. One's for the next draft.
So he got 2 first rounders for this draft and then 1 for the next draft, right?
Yeah.
I mean, but look, McKay has given up 3 of his top players after 1 week of the season.
But that comes from he didn't want the Dolphins to start with, so he didn't have no love for the roster. You remember, Group Me, he was like, he just tried to get out of them. I remember that. So I think that's why
I just don't think that this Madden that matters though. I mean, we had Rigo Ryder Strong complaining about having the Rams and giving up on them, and he begged for them. I just think this Madden is going to make people just turn their nose up to not being able to do the same old stuff.
First of all, you can't progress your players like you did last Madden or the previous Madden. You cannot. Either you focus on one person, or it's going to take you a while to focus on that whole team. Like I'm talking about a couple, maybe 5 seasons to get your whole team to maybe a high B+. You know what I mean? Either you focus on that one person, or it's nothing.
Pretty much.
All right, so let's move on to another trade. Justin Blackman is a Cleveland Brown. Any of y'all got anything on that trade?
I think it's crazy. I think that you give Dog Pound, Josh Gordon, Jordan Cameron, and Justin Blackman. That's a tough trio. And then on top of that, Rico, who says he has no talent on his team and these players, he's going to get rid of his best receiver, who has all the numbers.
But he only got a first-round pick and a right tackle.
That's what I'm saying. That's all he got. That's what I'm saying. You're getting rid of your best player for nothing.
He got a second-round pick too, didn't he?
Okay, but like I said in the first time, I don't understand why people are giving away talent that they know about. Justin Blackman is a beast.
25 years old.
Why are you giving him up for a right tackle, Reed Fraggle? I've never heard of that dude.
I'm pretty sure.
And a first round pick.
They're going on Madden 14, Madden 25 of how progressing their players, because if they even know how hard it is to progress your rookie or your star player, I don't think they would.
Yeah, I don't understand why these dudes are trading all these guys after 2 games though. I mean, you're still figuring out how to play the game. First of all, why are you trading your best players for picks? I mean, are you doing it just to do it, or?
I thought was a
Blackman's only what, 24 years old, 6'1", all the numbers, crazy.
Right.
I thought he was a fan of the Jags.
Yeah, he is. I'm saying like Bo made some trades. He got you got Bowman, right, Bo? Navarro Bowman.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a trade. You're trading for something. You're giving something up to get something back that can help you right now. Why am I going to trade Navarro Bowman for 3 first-round picks where I have no idea what's going to happen with those picks, or if I'm even able to progress them even close to what Navarro Bowman was, or something like that?
Right, because during the first season you have them, you're not going to be able to progress them that much. You might be able to progress them the second season when you have like built up points for them doing stuff during the season, meeting goals.
Yeah.
But that first season, it's basically a lost player. So you're waiting 2 seasons on an investment for a player you give up week 1 or 2.
Right.
I think they don't understand what the draft picks are really for. You know what I mean? People be getting these draft picks and expecting to hit a home run when really you just getting that player to sit behind that veteran that's finna leave and progressing them at the, you know what I mean, at the same time.
Exactly.
But they just expecting to hit a home run.
They're thinking like in like real life terms, like
and it's almost
3 first-round picks. Oh yes, sir. But I mean, it's gonna take you till Madden 16 to progress these dudes, man.
Right, it's almost like, not that they literally are, but it's almost like they're tank mode, because when you get rid of a star player, and I learned this from week 1 when I was benching some really good players to get my young dudes to play, those young dudes that have no awareness, no whatever, they're going to be horrible, and they're going to make your team that much worse.
Yeah.
Yep.
So playing your young dudes aren't a benefit when you have good dudes that could be starting for your team.
Exactly.
This Madden is really set up to where you start your older dudes that would be starting and use your weekly game prep to build up the younger dudes that eventually will start.
Yeah,
exactly.
This goes out to everybody in TSG. If you want to trade with me, Original Hawk, I want players that play now. I don't want 80 first-round picks.
Oh, I got a bunch of picks, but look, I'm not giving up nothing.
Exactly.
I gave up Derek Cox for like two second rounders, or I gave up my 6 bench cornerback for like a 1st and a 4th pick. I'm not getting rid of no star players for no picks. That's just stupid.
Yeah, to me, it don't make sense, man. But
and y'all just hated on my game. Now I'm not gonna be able to get any more players because people aren't gonna take my draft picks.
So, okay, I think we all agree that Dog Pound won that trade and put together a nice receiving core in Cleveland. I really like their receiving core.
yeah,
So, let's move on to the games. After, the long preseason and the disconnection of games and desyncing, we finally got to some action, man. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go down week 1 scores. And when y'all got something to add, just stop me and we'll discuss it. Okay, the Packers, Seahawks. Corn won that game 14-0. Jay, I know you got something to add on that.
Yeah. I don't see how Poggi wasn't able to score on that one.
Yeah, how does Aaron Rodgers not score?
I don't understand.
And Eddie Lacy.
I don't understand that. From what I seen in preseason, he had a pretty solid offense going on. I think he put up like 33 points in one game, so I didn't understand that. Maybe it's just, like I said, the Seahawks in our preseason power rankings. Maybe it's the Seahawks. I don't know.
Okay, I know that he had a 2.3 quarterback rating with Aaron Rodgers. I think.
Wow.
It was horrible. It was horrible.
He had a worse rating than certain people.
Okay, let's move on. All right, the Saints and the Falcons. We touched on this for the suspension game. The Saints win that game 17-9.
Just quit running. I don't understand that.
Okay, Jay Killer. You took your first L, man. All the practice you put in, and you took that L, 28-21 to the Rams. Got a comment on that game, real quick?
Teddy Bridgewater, man. He's in development, and he just threw the ball straight to the defender. So this first year is gonna be rough for us, but we developing Teddy pretty good. So
okay. The Browns and Steelers. The Steelers won 24-10. The Jaguars and Eagles 20-7. Jess, you got anything to add on the Eagles? Your division mate, Tonic?
I was just surprised that he didn't throttle them by more.
Okay. All right, the Raiders. I won my game 13-7. I will say my first time ever beating Deathpool in league play. It felt good. All right, let's move forward.
Hold on, Bo, but that was crazy though. Like after your comments on the preseason power rankings, he came at you in that party before that. He was pretty damn angry, saying how you called him cheese. He was not a fan of that. So I was glad to see you were able to beat him up.
Yeah, I could tell you that you really like that win because how many videos have you put up about that one? About 3 or 4? Is that?
I got to do it for Cincy, man. Cincy love my videos.
Yeah, I got you.
But but I will say, Deathpool, you played me straight up, man. It was a sim game. I appreciate it. All right.
Yeah, of course he's gonna play you sim because you called him cheese. Yeah, you called him out. He had no choice but to play you sim.
All right, this is a big AFC North matchup. They've been in group me. They've been running their mouth for like a month, and they faced off in week 1. The Bengals get the win, 31-21. What y'all got on this game?
Well, I was listening. Go ahead. Who was talking? I'm sorry.
Oh no, I was just saying Blizz was a choke artist, man.
Oh
That's
yeah, exactly. Because I was in a party with him. He was talking all this smack. Oh, I'm up 21-3. All this. Jimmy got sold. Jimmy wants some of your chocolate cake or whatever, however his song go. And so I said, okay, Blizz got it. So I came back on later, and he, I guess, powered off, and he was done. He had lost. I was like, wow, that's crazy.
I was hoping Blizz win that game just for the simple fact that Cincy is a force to be reckoned with. You know what I mean? And 21-0, and he was up. I don't see how he lost that.
I mean, it's just just because of him, we had a whole segment on the highlight reel. You know what I'm saying? Just all AJ Green all the time. Green. Like, yep. AJ Green just dominated. It's crazy, man.
I think he had 9 catches in that game.
Yeah. Where was Jimmy at? He got his soul taken, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, Blizz got it. He stopped playing so reckless, man. 21-3.
It's not Madden 13.
I know that's your BH brother. Did he talk to you about that at all, Bo?
He told me he was okay. He was up 21-10, I think, and he had the ball in the red zone. Instead of kicking the field goal to go to guarantee 2 scores, he threw a pick, and then since he went down there and scored, then he threw another pick, and since he went down there and scored.
No.
Blizz just got to learn that, man. You know, stop throwing all these picks. Like, I gave him credit for being the best passer in TSG, as in yardage. You know, not efficiency. You know what I'm saying? Because Blizz he could carve you up 400-500 yards. But Blizz got to learn, man, to calm yourself down, man. Sometimes 3 points is good.
Yeah, exactly.
And you got to learn.
Being up 21-0, why didn't he manage the game?
Exactly. That's what I told him. I was like, dude, you got to give Cincy some respect. Like, Cincy he was not out of that game. When it was 21-3, trust me, Cincy thought he was going to win. And you got to, just play a little different. I ain't saying just cut it off. He could have
managed that game to the point to where he just could run the clock out, then kick the ball to Cincy and force Cincy to drive. Force him to use that clock. You know what I mean?
Joe Flacco is leading the league in interceptions at this point, right? Or
like 12,
close
right?
to the top, right?
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah, 12 or something.
Yeah, through 3 games. So that's averaging 4 a game. Yeah, you're not gonna win too much throwing 4 picks a game.
Exactly. Okay, let's move forward. We had the Bills and the Bears. The Buffalo Bills win the game 31-21. And let's move on. And this was the shocker of the week.
Oh boy.
The Redskins got robbed by the Houston Texans 19-9. Jess, what you got? All the screenshots. What you got?
Yeah,
man?
That was funny, man. He didn't screenshot anymore after that. I haven't seen the screenshot since.
I put some up with Twine. Nah, man, it's just no excuses. I hit start on the game. I played it at 4:00 in the morning. No excuses. I did it. I hit start. It is what it is. I can't sit there and make an excuse about that. I had 22 offensive plays. He had like 30 some runs alone. Just dropping the ball on 3rd down. I mean, I scored 1 touchdown. It says 9. So Twine, I didn't have 3 field goals like you think. I went for a 2 towards the end of the game to try to get within 7 and didn't. 2 for 9, 2 picks, 1 crazy interception, 1 I shouldn't have tested Revis Island on the other one. I was still in it for as horrible as stats in 22 plays. Lost by 10, but that's just sad. I mean, Kirk Cousins almost started warming up after that game, but
was
Didi that good?
It's just I don't know what it was. Is he was running the ball successfully. I actually was running the ball for like 5 or 6 yards a clip. It seemed like every 3rd down that except the 2 picks, it's my dudes would have the ball in their hands, they get touched, they drop it, or they just drop it. I had like 5 drops, 2 by Jordan Reed, 1 by Deshaun, 1 by Garcon, 1 by Roberts, and that's just killer. You're not going to have more than 20 some plays if you can't complete a 3rd down.
Yeah, if you're getting off the field every time, you can't convert a 3rd down. Yeah, it's gonna be it's tough.
Yeah. My screenshots are coming back.
Okay.
I'm talking to you, Tony.
All right, let's move on. Hulk, you started off 0-1. You lost to the Tennessee Titans 21-14. Break it down for us real quick. What happened?
I turned it over too much, and I abandoned the run. I should have kept running, and I didn't. And I mean, Chubbs is a pretty good, user. So I tested him a little bit too much. He got a weird fluky interception on one of those. I mean, I think it was in one of the top plays of the week, which was his guy was just laying on the ground and picked it off. But
yeah.
I mean, other than that, I should have. I mean, I felt pretty bad about it. I watched. I record all my games and I watched it back. I left a lot on the field, so it wasn't as bad as I thought it was. But I got some work to do.
Yeah, like that wide open receiver or whatever.
Yeah, I had nightmares about that, man. Sick. I was sick.
But you closed that game. It was 21-0, and you came back.
Yeah, I had an opportunity. I scored on the first play of the fourth quarter. I had like a 68-yard run with Jamal, and I just couldn't put anything together after that. He shut me down after that, so it was a good game.
Okay, let's move on. The Patriots beat the Dolphins 33-14. If McKay were here, he would give his explanation for getting stumped like that, but he's not, so we move on.
It's expected.
The Buccaneers framed the defending Super Bowl champ from Man 25, that is. He wins week 1, 24-17. All right.
Just surprised he struggled. That's the only thing about that.
Okay.
Because he was down, and he came back and won, so I don't really
I'm surprised
respect
at how
game.
many close games it is so far this season.
I like it.
Yeah, I like it too. It's not. I mean, you get a couple here and there. They're like 33-14s and stuff like that. But most of the games have been at least like between 10 and 10 or 7 points.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. All right. Speaking of close games, the next one was close. The 49ers beat the Cowboys 20-17. That game was Twitch. Anybody see that game?
Nah, I just saw the big hit that you put on and that interception on the sideline you put up on the highlights.
Was that a game decider right there, that big hit?
I didn't see it. I was hoping one of y'all saw it. He sent me the highlights. Nobody saw it.
No, I didn't see the game.
Okay, let's move on. 463 returns with a victory, 24-16 over the Broncos.
I'm surprised about 463, man. This guy might be the truth. Like, he's really for real.
Nah.
No, but Jersey was way down. Jersey was way down on that dude, and he came back. He was down like 23-0, I think, in that game, and came back and actually made it a game.
And 4-6 has had a lot more practice than Jersey has.
Okay.
I mean, 4-6 did put up a lot against Tonic in week 2, but
yeah.
Okay.
That's how 4-6 is, though.
He has a good team, though.
I'll see it when I see it.
Yeah.
All right, and then we had Twan. He beat Ruger pretty bad. This was one of the worst blowouts in week 1. 42-14. Anybody got anything on that one?
I think that was a game of turnovers, because I looked at the stats. I mean, they were pretty equal as far as yardage and time of possession. It's just that Ruger had, I think, 4 turnovers, so he probably gave Twan a lot of short fields. And then when you're down, you got to start throwing it, and then
Yeah, and I think it would have been different if he had, because Phillip Rivers got hurt and he had Brad Sorensen come in. I think it'd be different if he had, a quarterback, maybe like a Tavares Jackson or a Kirk Cousins or something like that. I don't know. Tavares Jackson. I'm just saying, maybe he would done something.
Tavares Jackson.
Okay, and the week 1 game of the week was the Giants against the Lions. Takeout, survive. 33-28. This game had 15 viewers on Twitch. It was a good game. What y'all got on this game?
I actually liked that game. Rio stood the test of time against that game, man. He had the control in the first 3 quarters. He really had a balanced game. He was running the ball, he was passing the ball, he was making good reads. The only thing is that his scheme, he really wasn't coming out in the same formation, but he was doing different plays. What he wasn't doing was coming out in the same formation doing different plays. He was doing different plays, but not in the same formation. And I think Takeout just got a hold of that and came back.
Okay.
Yeah, pretty much. Rio just kind of panicked at the end of that game, I guess, being back on the goal line. He missed his hot read and just spread out too much when you're back against the wall.
It's a lot of pressure. It's a lot of pressure when you're twitching. Yeah. When you're twitching and you see how many people are watching. I almost wish they would take that off at the bottom of your screen so you couldn't know how many people are watching. Because the more people, I mean, you try to impress people when when you have a lot of viewers. And he probably got pressure break pipes, man. That's what my pops always told me. Pressure break pipes. So
it was a good game.
It was definitely a good game. He left a lot of stuff on the field. Yeah. He left a couple of plays that were wide open because he was looking at Calvin.
Yeah.
But if he works that out, I mean, he's been in both his games. I think have been pretty close. 3 or 5 point games.
Yeah.
I felt myself rooting for Rio in that game. I really wanted him to win.
Me too.
I want him to succeed in the league. You know what I'm saying? But he just struggled, man. He 0-1, man. He put up a good effort though, but take out one. So let's move on to week 2. We're gonna start with the Steelers and the Ravens. This was a good division matchup. The Ravens won the game 10-7. What y'all know about this game? Anybody got anything?
I expected that score to be low. I do a lot of labbing with Blitz, and he does not give up nothing on the defense. I expected it to be low. What I didn't expect is for Jimmy got sold to make that play at the end. I didn't expect that.
Jimmy got sold.
Well, that was a defensive game because I was talking to Blizz about it. I think it was 7-0 going to the fourth quarter, and he got 10 unanswered points. So yeah, but
I watched this game.
Blitzberg's gonna have to get some offense though. And he's not gonna win game 7-0.
He's still pounding it, trying to pound that ball, and that defense is locking up.
Yeah, he's gonna have to change something up because you scoring. I mean, you can hold somebody to 10 points, but you got to score more than 10. You know what I'm saying? You can't keep scoring 7 or 10 points every week. That's gonna be hard to win.
Now I watched this game on Twitch, and it came down to Blitzberg. It was driving down 7-10, and he actually completed a third down and long to get in field goal range. I'm talking about chip shot field goal, maybe 40, 35 yards. And he called no huddle with like 20 seconds left when he was in field goal range, and then he threw the pick. That's when Jimmy made the play. So I think Blitzberg had it back. I'm pretty sure he probably would have just spiked the ball, give himself time to think about things before
Did he
called
have
it.
any timeouts?
No, he had no timeouts.
Yeah, but that's classic Blitzberg right there. I mean, he always tends to fold in big pressure situations.
Yeah,
I mean, he did it 3 Super Bowls in a row. He ended that 1 Super Bowl to cap. He just seems like he's not a closer.
I don't know, man. I know on my team, man, my kicker can't make a 45-yard field goal. So it's like
he can't make it.
Yeah.
No, he can't make it. The bar, the little triangle
It's so small.
It's like
Mine is too.
at 45 yards, man.
Yeah.
You had to hit that thing perfect to get it.
Now he have been adding and dropping kickers, so that could explain his reason. Because I didn't know that.
Yeah,
I've been seeing transactions. He's been dropping kickers and adding them.
Yeah, he might have been scared to do it because I mean, in my game last night, I barely made one that could have turned that tide of that game. It bounced off the upright. So
yeah. Okay, let's move on. The Dolphins and the Bills. McKay goes 0-2 as he loses 27-20 to Cowboys. Move on. The Redskins rebound 35-0 against Jacksonville.
He had to do that.
Pretty much.
Statement game, Jess?
No, because it's against the Jaguars. I mean, I can't really brag about it, but I did show that RG3 can pass. He's not RG can't complete 3.
Yeah.
That my defense did show up. That pick 6 that was on the highlights. Deshaun Jackson got in the game. Alfred Morris showed 2 weeks in a row he can run without the pistol. You can maybe say it's a statement game because I mean, if I'd have looked horrible,
yeah, you had to win that basically.
But I mean, I just look at the competition. I think me versus Tonic's more of a statement game. But
okay, let's move on. Twan against Takeout 21-17.
Crazy game.
Was it crazy? Go ahead and break it down for him, Jess. I didn't see it.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off, bro.
No, go ahead. I didn't see it. Go ahead.
Nah, Twan was down. It was a close game the entire time. He was down by 3. Gets the ball back with 3 and some change on the clock on his own 10. And he wasn't able to run. Pierre-Paul was scaring him. I guess Takeout users his defensive lineman and was just getting in there as well. About 10 play drive, 11 play drive, drives down the field, scores the game-winning touchdown, doesn't even give Takeout a chance. So Twan pulled it out. I'm glad he did, but at the same time, it was a tough game. It was a classic.
Okay. His buddy, Pluminati, old Chubbs, lost to the Real Law 20-17. I know that game was Twitch too. Did anybody see that one?
Yeah, Chubbs, based on I played in the first game of the season, and based on this second game, that he needs to work on his run stopping. He can't stop the run right now. So I'm thinking maybe it's his scheme, I don't know. He just needs to figure something out to stop the run because Real Law was just running on that dude at will. And I don't know if he's gonna say something about the shotgun runs or whatever. But
He already did.
Okay, but I mean, it's got to be a way to stop that.
Go ahead, Mike.
It is. I mean, he said he's just going to sit there and base formation defense the entire game, and no matter what, and his linebackers are gonna hawk these receivers and all this other stuff. There's more on that to happen. That did not happen in later on when he played somebody else. But there's other ways to stop it. I was watching Chubbs' game, and he would have 3 down linemen against a 4 wide receiver set.
Yeah.
And, I mean, he's running a 4-3 base defense, so why run a 3-3-5 out there, a dollar out there?
Exactly.
Come out in a base nickel or a base dime. You got 2 of the best defensive tackles in Williams and Casey.
Exactly.
They're going to eat it up. But, I mean, I guess he just doesn't know the basic concepts of defense, because those 2 dudes should be get eaten up double teams, and then there's the end on one person, maybe the other end comes off, or the linebacker shoots in. Like, it should be, if you keep 4 down linemen against that, it's easier to stop. But just when you have your defensive linemen lined up wrong, or you got gaps all over the place, and these offensive linemen have free runs to get to the linebackers in the second level, there's going to be holes.
Yeah.
All right, let's go ahead and move forward. Going to skip that game to the end. All right, the Saints win 28-13. That was Cap goes 2-0, and Dog Pound starts out 0-2. All right, Cincy beats Don Figures 38-14. Cincy 2-0.
I think AJ had another 10 or 11 catches in that game. So
yeah, AJ is a monster, man. Putting up offensive player to your numbers for sure. Oh, okay, Rio starts out 0-2. He loses the game 20-17 to the Panthers. Keep it moving. The Buccaneers win against the Ryder Strong 24-20.
That was a computer
game?
That was a
computer game.
Sim game.
Oh,
well, yeah, no, Ryder played the computer, but just it made him want to not play with the Rams anymore.
So Ryder lost?
Yeah, he lost the computer. He hates Sam Bradford and his team.
Dude, the computer is the hardest opponent that you'll ever face, man. I'm telling you.
I practice with the computer on all Madden.
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure you can see how frustrating it is, man.
Oh, really?
Okay.
Yeah, I don't understand the frustration of the computer.
All right, well, okay. I don't know what y'all are talking about, man. I hate playing the computer.
I love playing the computer. You can do whatever you want.
But then on the computer, I cheese. I'm just going to put it like that. I cheese on the computer.
Okay, I understand you cheesing on the computer, but I'm talking about if you play the computer like you're playing Ryder Strong, it's gonna frustrate you.
Yeah.
I can understand.
Yeah,
that.
I mean, of course, yeah. If you cheese it, yeah, it's ways to break the computer. But if you play it straight up, I'm telling you, y'all gonna have a different song. Y'all gonna be singing a different song.
Hey! I don't cheese the computer. I just dominate.
Okay.
Yeah, we had a overtime game. Was this? I think it's the first overtime game in TSG. I could be wrong about that. There was 13-13 in overtime, and the screen pass to what's his name, Danny Woodhead.
Yeah.
The Chargers get a win, 19-13. That was a big win for San Diego. What y'all got on that game?
What is it, Jay? Tavares Jackson.
I'm gonna go out on a limb and say that I think Corn was probably a little blown because the first game they played desync and he was already up 14-0. He had Ruger's number. I mean, he was dominating Ruger, and then they got a desync, and then I'm thinking that maybe kind of took him out of the next game a little bit. I know it probably would affect me if I'm dominating somebody and then the game stops and we gotta start all over.
Those desyncs is
it's a pain. Yeah,
it's bad.
So make sure your settings are the same. There will be no desyncs until they patch it.
Yeah. If you communicate with each other, it shouldn't be a problem. But they obviously didn't do that. And when I say Corn was dominating this dude, I mean he couldn't move the ball. It was 14-0. I think at the middle of the first quarter.
Dang.
And then a desync. Then Tavares Jackson. I don't know what happened with that.
That's the missing.
Yeah. Ruger. Yeah, he won the overtime. I really ain't got nothing to add to that. It was a good game though. I watched it on Twitch. Okay, let's keep it moving. Oh, go ahead.
So, Bo, real quick. What's the records over there in y'all's division?
Bo looking good.
I'm 2-0. Hawk and Ruger 1-1, and Jersey's 0-2.
So is that your division to lose?
No, not yet. I mean, we got it when we start playing each other. That's when I think somebody gonna step up and say this mine's in season 1. So we'll see, then.
I just want to see if you're going to be humble or not.
Okay, I mean, it's just 2 wins. That's all. It's like I said, you lose 2 in a row. Hey, man, they don't mean nothing. Think about it. Jay lost 1 game, but he won the biggest game of his, Madden career so far in TSG. But we'll get back there later on. All right, the Jets and the Packers. This was a sim game, right? The Jets.
Because Joker was doing some tomfoolery and disappeared yesterday, and Kobe was like, "I don't hold the lead," so he just simmed it.
Okay, the Chiefs win against the Broncos, 33-21. Hawk gets that first win of Madden 15 Season 1. Hawk, how'd it feel?
It felt great, man. I had got the monkey off my back, man.
I was just gonna say that.
Jersey had my palms sweating, my heart beating. I was rubbing my head, man, scratching my back, all that stuff, man. So I was real nervous because if you go down 0-2, you had already won your game. So I said I gotta win this game. And it felt good to win. So now I'm back in. I'm only 1 game out. So
yeah,
especially if it was 2 losses in the AFC.
Exactly. And I have a division win so far. I have a division win, so that felt good too.
Yeah.
Okay. And we got the Eagles and the Colts. That was 38-14. Deadly puts Tonic back at 1-1, and the 49ers go 2-0 as they defeat the 0-2 Chicago Bears. So before we get to the main game we want to talk about, I'm going to go to week 3 real quick. And the Ravens lose again, 28-7 to the Browns. What y'all got on that, man? Week 3, that was a week 3 action. We're going to go back to week 2 after this.
Yeah, I was surprised at that. I've been in some parties with Blizz, and he told me yesterday, he said, Hawk, tell everybody on the TSG Pressbox that I am the man to beat in the AFC North. I was watching the stream and it was 21-7. Then all of a sudden it said the stream is no longer active. He cut it off. Blizz, if you're gonna stream to the end.
The whole game.
Do not cut your
stream. Don't be a quitter.
Yeah, do not be a stream quitter. Don't do it.
Look, what I seen before he cut it off, Blizz just be taking some crazy shots down the field early. Like, man, you got to set that up. You got to, you know what I mean? He's dropping back and hitting post routes. You know what I mean? You can't do that
and
early.
He has to learn how to take points, too, because he was down 14-0 going into halftime, and he was on a 1-yard line. Instead of taking a 3, he gets shut down on the goal line. It's like, dude, take the points. You're going into halftime. You'll only be down 11 points.
You should always take the points, especially driving.
Yeah, you got 1 second left. Take the points, man.
That's crazy.
Yeah, and then
that's definitely the wrong team to do it against.
Yeah, he could have had a chance in that game, but like I said, I couldn't finish watching it because he cut it off. So.
Dogpound's had Blizz's number for years, hasn't he, Bo?
Yeah, Dogpound. Blizz I think Blizz like, man, I gotta step up to be Dogpound. I said back when we did the rankings thing, Dogpound owns Blizz.
Yep.
He beat him again, 28-7. Beat him convincingly, and Dogpound put yourself right there. What is Dogpound there? 1-2, Blizz 1-2. If Blizzburg were to lose this week, I mean, you got Cincy be alone with Cincy can have a 2-game lead on everybody. Yeah. So Blizz got to win, and Dogpound to get a big win, maybe he can get himself going. So the last game we're going to discuss is probably the biggest shocker so far in our early Madden 15. The Vikings in week 2.
I don't see why it's a shocker, but go ahead.
Okay, the Vikings in week 2 beat the Patriots 16-7. Now, because I got to play Chunning this week, I'm not gonna say nothing. I'll let y'all handle that. You go ahead, Hawk.
I mean, I'm like Jay. I don't see what the big shock was about. I mean, we all brand new to this game, so everybody's on a level playing field. Who cares about what he did in the past? I could care less.
That doesn't mean nothing. What I'm gonna tell you what I did do. What I did do before the game, like maybe that day before, I went and checked the stats and I seen that he threw the ball to Gronkowski 10 times for like 78 yards. So I knew he was gonna target that. I kept my 4-3 defense on the field with 3 linebackers at all times, just to stop that middle. He couldn't go down the field, so I stopped that. I stopped his game, the middle of the field, with 3 linebackers, and it was the game. That's how you play.
I think everybody's on a level playing field, man. All that past that's great for our preseason rankings and paper and all that kind of stuff. But once we get into the games, all that's out the door to me. Let's.
No, I mean,
go ahead.
I understand that. I mean, but it's just that Ninja's so much a student of the game. Like, he'll just sit in the game for.
So does Jay, though.
For
Jay
12 hours
will
straight.
be in the game all day, too.
Nobody putting in much time as Jay right now. Nobody.
No, I wholeheartedly agree. It's just I think it's an upset because Jay is still rather new to most of the people, and Ninja's a known commodity, so Jay's that unknown.
Yeah. Based on that,
So, I mean,
but I mean, based on like everybody was saying, Jay didn't stand a chance. Why not?
I don't understand that either. I don't understand that either.
I'm playing Sonic right now.
So you got nothing else to add on it, Jay? You don't want to pack up on the back a little more?
Well, I'll tell you this. His scheme, the way his packages were set up, he can fool anybody. Like, he was lining up. It said he had 2 wide receivers, but he come out in a shotgun, and that kind of threw me off. You know, I knew he couldn't beat me deep because none of his receivers was over 87 speed, you know. I'm not going to give up the game to how to beat him or whatever, but y'all do the same thing I'm doing. Just go study.
Yeah, I mean, it looked like you had a good game plan. It looked like he was lost at some points in that game. Like, he didn't know what to do.
Yeah, man.
Okay. Well, that's been our recap of the early season. Like I said, people, please get your games in, man. Let's keep this thing moving. Y'all want to go ahead and give y'all outros? Hope.
Yeah, like Bo said, get y'all games in and don't. I mean, if you schedule a game with somebody, try to be there, man. And if somebody's 10 minutes late, let's not make an hour-long argument about you weren't there on time. Just get the games in and play, and let's have fun, man.
Yeah, that's what it's about. It's about having fun. I'm going to be recording a podcast tonight as well, so y'all check out this episode and re-download the episode for the Sim Gamer Podcast. Check that out.
Simgamer.com, YouTube.com/TheSimGamer with an A. Get your games in. Make sure you don't violate the rules. That's about it.
All right, y'all. Just make sure you save those highlights, man. Send them to my box so I can keep doing the plays of the week. I had a good time doing it. I think the league enjoyed. Save the highlights, man. It's been a pleasure from us to y'all. Peace.